First Lady here, and as you can see, I'm in the kitchen and I'm making some different sides for Thanksgiving. So I wanted to show you one of my favorite sides that I like to make, and that is potato salad. So I already have cut up, pre-cut some potatoes. I like to use yellow potatoes. They have a different color than your normal like russet potato or perhaps your red potato. These are the yellow potatoes. And so what I'm going to do in making my potato salad is I'm just going to use bell pepper, onion, and I'm going to use some celery, and I use some mustard, and I use Kraft sandwich spread when I make my potato salad. So I'm just gonna go over to the sink and rinse off my potato really good. And just make sure that your potatoes are clean and you rinse them off really good. And I have this bowl of cold water that I'm sitting them in. So I'm just gonna peel the potato pretty quickly here. And I'm just gonna show you just how I use my little potato peeler. And I just peel them. And when I'm done, I kind of do like cut them up into like chunks and get them into the pot of cold water. You always want to start your potatoes, when you're boiling potatoes, you want to start them with cold water, and that way they will come up to a boil and they will boil evenly and they will all be done at the same time. So this is what I'm doing with my potato here. I'm just peeling this potato here. And when I get done, I'm just going to rough chop it and get it into the pot. Now you'll have to do this and let them boil for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so until they are like fork tender. So if you stick a fork in them and they are pretty soft, then you know that they are pretty much done. So I like to use a potato peeler or maybe a paring knife. So right now I'm just using this potato peeler, and it goes pretty quickly, as you can see. So once you get it peeled, pretty much all the little dark spots, you definitely want to get those off as well. And so then now I can go over to my sink and rinse it off. Make sure it's rinsed off really good. Any little spots, you can get those off. And now I'll just take my little paring knife and I'll just finish it off and just cut it into some little chunks, and then we'll get it into the water. So it's pretty much this simple, and once you do that, then you're ready to bring them to a boil. So now that's exactly what I'm getting ready to do. So as you can see, these are pretty nice sized chunks, because you don't want to have them too small, because if you have them too small, then what you'll do is you'll end up with mashed potatoes, and you don't want mashed potatoes. You want to make potato salad. So I'm using cold water to rinse them, to make sure they're clean, get off any of the dirt, and then I'm just draining them. And you may use a strainer if you want to, but I just like to feel it in my hand just to make sure I've gotten them all, make sure I didn't leave anything unpeeled. All right, so very simply, this is what we're doing. Now we have the pot of cold water here. So I'm just gonna carefully transfer the potatoes into the cold water here. And if there's too much, you can always release some of it and pour some of that off. Now it's just gonna go straight to the oven, straight to the stove top, I should say. And they can boil uncovered, or you can cover them if you want. Just make sure that they don't boil over. And so they're gonna boil for about 20 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and I will show you how to put this wonderful potato salad together. So we'll be back in a little bit. We are back and we are making potato salad. And so I told you that we are going to just let these potatoes come to a boil. And when you stick the fork in them and the fork goes through, just like that, you know that they're done. All right. So now remember, you don't want to overboil them because you're not making mashed potatoes, but you're making potato salad. So you want them to have a real consistency and a firmness to them, just like this. And you see how beautiful these yellow potatoes are? They're different from your russet, which are your white potatoes or your red skin potatoes. And each one of them will give your potato salad a different kind of taste depending on which potato you like to use. I like to use the yellow ones, and then I'm going to add mustard to it and sandwich spread, but it's even going to have an even more yellow color when I add the mustard to it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to let these potatoes cool, because right now they're way too hot. Because I'm not going to make a warm potato salad. This is going to be a cold potato salad. So I'm going to let the potatoes cool. Then I'm going to add these cut up. As you can see, I cut up really finely chopped up bell pepper, onion, and celery that's going to go into the potato salad. And I'm just going to put it into this red bowl with a lid, and it's going to be refrigerated, preferably overnight. And then the next day it's going to taste really good. So I'm going to let you see how hot these potatoes are. I'm going to let them cool and let them, because if you start right now, you're going to end up making mashed potatoes, but you want to let them cool so that they can stay firm and not mashed when you get ready to add the rest of your ingredients. Now, some people like to put egg in their potato salad. I don't like to use boiled eggs because eggs kind of don't have a really long shelf life. In other words, if you put them in your potato salad, you need to eat it within a day or so. But a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, it will last really good in your refrigerator on this potato salad recipe. And it's going to be enough, for you to feed, your family of 4 or 5 for sure for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to let these cool, and we'll be back, and I will show you, once it cools, I'll show you how we put it all together for this potato salad for Thanksgiving. Be back. We are back, and our potatoes have cooled, and so now we're going to transfer them into our bowl, making our potato salad. This is awesome. We are going to enjoy potato salad. As you can see, this is really about maybe 5 good-sized potatoes that I've chopped up and I've boiled. And so now I'm going to begin to add the rest of our ingredients. Now this is bell pepper, onion, and celery. This is the Trinity. As you're cooking for the holidays, bell pepper, onion, and celery, that's the one thing that you always will put together. These vegetables go so well together, and they basically just scream the holidays. So as you can see, the potatoes, I'm kind of lightly mashing them, but because I let them cool, they still have a really good texture. So I'm just sort of mixing up the bell pepper, onion, and celery in there so that it's really nicely incorporated. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is add my Kraft sandwich spread. Now where we live, people use different kinds of sandwich spread. I won't name any names, but my favorite is Kraft sandwich spread. So I love this because it already has the pickles in it, and it's got good flavor. You don't have to add anything really to it because it's all in there, and it really makes your potato salad really taste very good. And then when you add the mustard, which is what I'm going to do now, it just makes for a nice mustardy potato salad. So this is a French's mustard, classic yellow, and I just squeeze a little bit. You don't have to do a lot of mustard. A little goes a long way with mustard, as you can probably tell. So I'm going to just now stir this up, and if I need to add more of the sandwich spread, I usually do, but I start by just using a little bit, because remember, you can always add more, all right, but you can't take it out once you put it in. So start with a little bit and then add more if needed. And so that's what I'm going to do as I'm stirring this up. And that's a lesson learned, learn the hard way. But you can always add, but you can never take out once you put it in. So let's finish up. I think I may go ahead and just use all of this. This is a 15-ounce jar of Kraft sandwich spread, which is my favorite. Where I'm from, this is what we use when we make potato salad. So, woo, this is it. So I use the whole jar of potato salad now for my potato salad. So now I'm stirring it up, and see how smooth it's getting. You can still see that the potatoes have some consistency. It's not completely mashed potatoes, but they have gotten a little bit soft as I have incorporated them into this mixture. Now, you can see the mustard in there. You can see the sandwich spread. You can see the green bell peppers, the onions, the celery. You'll be able to taste all of that in your mixture. This is potato salad. All right, so now I'm just sort of smoothing it out. So I'm gonna take a spoon and just sort of smooth it out, make it look really pretty in the bowl. This is sort of a Christmassy look. You can see the red bowl, and then of course you've got the green bell peppers, the onions, the celery, the yellow in the potatoes. I use those yellow potatoes. Remember, I use those yellow potatoes instead of russet potatoes or red potatoes. All right, so now got it all incorporated. Make sure it's all in there good. And I'm smoothing it out for my presentation in my bowl. All right, so the final step that I will do is I will add a little bit of seasoning on top. You can use seasoning salt, or you can use my favorite, the Tony, I don't know how to pronounce it, Chachari or something, Tony Chachari. But I'm just gonna sprinkle a little on the top just to give it a little bit of color. And this has a little bit of a kick to it too. So it's gonna make your potato salad nice and flavorful with a little bit of a kick, a jalapeno kick. Now, as you can see, that is it. Now, I'm gonna get a paper towel real quick, and I'm going to just sort of wipe around the edge of the bowl. Now, this is something else that I do for presentation purposes too. Just because if you're having company over, you want your potato salad to look very nice and neat in the bowl. So I don't lick the bowl or anything like that, but I do kind of just wipe around it to make it nice and smooth for my presentation. And then I'm ready to put the lid on. And when I put the lid on, then it goes into the refrigerator. So you have a nice potato salad. So tomorrow when you're ready to serve it with your family, it will be nice and cold and ready to eat, this potato salad. So I hope you enjoy, hope you make this recipe. I'm gonna just pop this in the refrigerator, and I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you try it for your family. I hope you like it. And do subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let me know what you think about this potato salad recipe as you make it for your family and friends this holiday. So I want you to have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and be thankful for what the Lord has done for you and your family, and be blessed.